Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mostromoto, and in today's video, I'm going to be installing a battery tender quick connect harness on my Yamaha TW200. So a battery tender quick connect harness is basically just a wire that is connected directly to your motorcycle battery. It allows you to easily connect and disconnect your battery to either a charger or other supported accessories without having to constantly take apart your bike just to access the battery. The wire consists of two battery terminal connections, an inline fuse, and an adapter that will allow it to connect to supported accessories. And you can either purchase this individually, like this pack right here, or you can purchase a kit that comes with the battery charger and the wire to connect to your motorcycle. You can also buy different accessories like this USB charger, and you can hook this up to the end of the wire and plug in any device that runs off USB. And I've also seen voltage meters, so you can always check to see what your battery voltage is. So I purchased this Battery Tender Selectable charger for my motorcycles. This particular charger will allow me to charge either lead acid or lithium type batteries. Be sure to look at your owner's manual to see what type of battery is in your motorcycle. It's really important because not all batteries are created equally, and depending on how they are made, some battery chargers will not work and can be dangerous with certain battery types. And if you want to learn more about the battery charger and what's best for you, I highly recommend checking out Motorcycle and Power Sports Battery Maintenance 101 video on YouTube. And I'll make sure to leave a link down below to that video because it was really helpful for me. My 2021 Yamaha TW200 has a lead acid battery from the factory, but eventually I plan on switching this to a lithium battery, so this battery charger will be perfect because it will allow me to charge either kind of battery. So back to the charger that I purchased, I picked this up from revzilla.com for about 40 bucks, and it comes with all the necessary hardware to connect to my bike. The only other things I would recommend getting for this installation would be some zip ties and cutting pliers. Also, depending on how your battery is mounted, you will need a tool to disconnect your terminal bolts from your battery, and usually some tools just to get to the battery itself. And the reason I purchased this particular one is, once again, it can charge both lead acid and lithium batteries. It also comes with a 5-year warranty, and it also has a couple of nice features like 18 hours lithium safety timer, reverse hookup protection, and spark-proof protection. And this kit isn't limited to just motorcycles. Depending on the battery, you can also charge various other power sports equipment. So let's open this up and see what comes in the kit. So this kit comes with the battery charger and maintainer. It also comes with the standard wire that will connect directly to your battery. And it also has that inline fuse. And right here is that nice connector that will be able to connect to either this or other supported accessories. And another nice feature about this is it also comes with little alligator clips as well. So depending on how you want to charge your battery, you have multiple different options. And of course it comes with safety instructions as well as the warranty details. So for my Yamaha TW200, the only things we're going to really need, at least for installing it, is just the wire itself. And I'm also going to grab some zip ties. So as far as installing this on your motorcycle, it's really super easy. The only tools you're going to need are the wire itself, some zip ties, some cutting pliers for the zip ties, and depending on your motorcycle, you will need probably some either screwdrivers or sockets to get to the battery. In my case, on the TW200, the only tool I will need is a 10mm socket. So on the T-Dubs, the only thing you're going to need to do to get to the battery is just remove the two bolts holding the seat on, and they're right here, and they're both 10mm. Once you've gotten those bolts removed, go ahead and remove the seat by taking the suction cup, pulling it up, and sliding the seat backwards, up and out. Alright, and with the seat removed, you can now see your battery located right here. And to remove your battery, you want to start by taking this clip right here and pulling it up like that and over to the side. And with that strap removed, it's a good idea to put on some gloves because there is some acid that can leak out of these batteries, and you don't want to get that stuff on your hands. So now I'm going to take my 10mm socket and remove the terminal bolt on the negative side, and I'm just going to loosen it just like that because it can kind of be an annoying angle and you don't want to strip that bolt. So I'm just going to loosen it a little bit, and then with the Phillips head screwdriver, take it out the rest of the way. Remove it just like that. Make sure to keep this bolt. We're going to need to put this right back into place. Now take your battery tender wire, and I'm going to put my wire just like this right over the negative cable from the bike. And then take your bolt and feed the bolt back through both of those holes and just retighten it back down onto the battery. And depending on how you want to wire this, it's a good idea to angle this wire according to that. And I'm going to angle my wire down over here because I'm going to have my wires come out over here and down this side of the bike. Now that the negative side is all done, we're going to go ahead and move over to the power side, the red wire side. We're going to slide this grommet back just so it's out of our way. And with your 10mm socket, go ahead and I just loosen this bolt over here because it's kind of a hard angle to get at. I'm just going to loosen it a little bit and then remove it the rest of the way with my Phillips head. So now here's where you want to pay attention to how you're going to wire this. I like my wires nice and neat, so I'm going to probably wire it like this and run it down this side of the bike. And to do that, I'm just going to make sure that I place these on top of each other. Put my bolt through and line it back up. Once you get this in place, tighten it back down. I'm going to make sure, once again, that these wires are facing this way, just like that. I'm going to snug it back with the socket, nice and tight, and put the rubber grommet back into its position. So with your battery reconnected and your wire also connected, now I'm just going to take the time to do a little wire management and put this in the position that works best for me. Okay, so I basically just zip tied the wire and tucked in the inline fuse, and I ran the rest of the wiring in between the frame and these pieces of plastic here. And by putting this wire here, I'll have quick access to the battery without having to remove the seat. And also I can plug in USB devices using my little adapter here. This is a Battery Tender USB adapter, and it just plugs right in. Just like that. Next, put the battery strap back over the battery and clip it into place. And now that all your wiring is complete, go ahead and put the seat back on by placing this tab and sliding it underneath this metal piece, just like this. And lastly, reinstall your seat bolts. So now that this harness is installed, I can easily connect my bike's battery to a charger or supported accessories. This is a really nice and cheap way to keep your bike starting up on the first try, especially during the winter when you're not riding as often.